Hello, Namaste, and welcome everyone to the Campus Radio podcast series presented by MS Chronicles. It's me, Shalini Venkatrao Kharath, and I'm reciting a poem titled Grey in today's episode. So, it's a poem about campus life where you'll hear echoes of mistakes of the past, anxieties of the present, and dreams whispering promises of the future. And who knows? You might just discover that the most profound dialogues we have are the ones we hold with ourselves. And the most surprising voices heard are the ones we didn't even know we possessed. So let us dive into the poem, Grey. My world was grey. I wished it looked more like poetry. Under the branches of the tall trees that hid parts of the sky, where many a youthful hearts flap their wings and try to fly, I follow the warm sunshine through the canopies above and sit on one of the blue benches thinking about love. How I fell hopelessly in love with her the very moment I met her whom they call poetry. My soul sings when the leaves rustle along with the breeze, dances with the lovely flowers being attended by the bees. I wonder to myself sitting under the shade of the trees, that maybe this is what they called peace, when the heart no longer owns and the mind is finally at ease. I stare at my friends hurrying for their classes, while I sit there, the cold November air warmly caressing my cheek. I miss mine and feel guilty too, but then haven't I always been like this? Forever dreaming, forever forming poetry in the most unlikely of places, skipping literature classes to write verses. So I kept floating in time like an incomplete poem, struggling with my academics and social life. And even as I tried to rhyme, I lacked an ending and a beginning. So I just kept rocking back and forth in life, believing each grey end to be a new colorful beginning. My dreams like the yellowing books from the library, something which we often open but rarely ever actually sit down to read. I run after my dreams as if it were grades, but can't avoid the grey nightmares. And when I finally decide to chase them, I was way too sleep deprived to dream. Walking over the grey, well-trodden cement pathway, passing the dull academic buildings on my way, I kept doubting if my scores would be satisfactory. But then, I doubt everything, believing doubt is necessary. Doubting, and yet still choosing, is what makes life so extraordinary, isn't it? Like getting rejected every time, yet never stopping writing poetry. And then there longs the lonely swing in the children's park for the comfort of my company, and I purloin a few minutes from life, letting myself freely flee. But when my aching feet retrace back, passing the canteen towards my hostel room, and watching out at the grey cement structures from my window room, I find myself worrying about the assignments, the exams, and the pending fee. That's when it strikes again. You are trapped in a life. You're trapped in a life that you wished would feel more like poetry. And the clear blue sky once again turns into grey. But then time comes about slowly on the tip of its toes, knocking on my heart, suffering behind locked doors. Everything that I ever wanted or desired was already inside me. All I needed was a pen for a key and a realization that the dazzling sun always shone bright for me. So I forgave myself of a past which was but a journey. For today I'm exactly what I always wanted to be. My world is no longer grey, nor do I wish it looked more like poetry. For I found my calling, my purpose, my shore, and I don't miss my literature classes too anymore. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening, everyone.